G'day and welcome back to Torment, Tides of Ranmenera. We are back in the lab for the first time since the game actually released and they cut down the starting section. So yeah, we actually fought the sorrow, an infestation of the sorrow from our mind. And now we actually can explore the lab and gather memories, and there is apparently still a bit of sorrow left in us, but this is cool, and it's good to see that they didn't completely get rid of it. I think it was a good move to move it to later in the game, because it seemed kind of silly to have it sitting, like, just to take so long in the character generation before you actually got out into the world. And so now, you're lost in the scent of her hair, the taste of her mouth, the feel of her skin. You stumble against the door and fumble with the lock, unwilling to break contact with this remarkable, beautiful, wonderful woman. Even before you manage to wrestle the door open, you're already shrugging out of your clothes. Once inside, the rest of your clothes disappear as if by magic. The city outside is noisy, but you can't hear the din of the market as you focus on her breath, her eyes and her body, and the day vanishes in like your clothes. Eventually, hours later, night falls, and the two of you collapse onto the ruined bed. She drifts off to sleep, whispering in your ear what you could accomplish together. As her contented breathing warms your chest, you reflect. You never expected Ranmenera to be like this when you sought her out. You intended only to take advantage of her position and her expertise, but she has become so much more in such a short time. She makes you reconsider everything you've been striving towards all these years. God, you don't remember feeling love like this for anyone. No. Another memory swells and reminds you of your goal. What you spent in this moment can't distract you from the centuries. What you want in this moment can't distract you from the centuries you've spent building this life. You stroke Ranmenera's hair and the tides trickle from you into her dream. You break her love for you, turning her back to the work you discussed. You refocus her mind and rebuild her affection. You don't want to lose this, but you can't cast off your ambition. You lie in bed waiting for her to awake, waiting for the work to start again. A single tear wells in your eye. You dash it away. Wow, that's some hardcore mental manipulation there.
Yes.
That's pretty terrible. Oh, so they've definitely redone all these memories. That's cool, though. And terrible. A low aromatic fog surrounds this device, and every whiff of the vapor conjures up a memory from deep within you. Let the memories come. The cheering throng that spreads before you across Government Square is a voice like thunder rolling and booming through the city. The people in it are victims, survivors, victors. And the last of their enemies kneels before you on the broad steps. You hold your hands aloft for silence. The thunder subsides to a low murmur and becomes a quiet, hungry wait. They want to see vengeance. And so do you. The ache is so strong. Ogesti Telekotu, Orphan Maker, Hope Smasher, you proclaim. The crowd sees it as title. Today is the day of your judgment. Today is the day the Tabat pay in full for the crimes against our citizens, against humanity everywhere. Today sees an end at last to the Tabat. The crowd erupts in a frenzied joy. You lean forward and whisper in his ears. You have two choices: a quick death or immortality, for which you sacrifice your ambition and your freedom. The Tabat stares at you, his strange eyes wide. Why? Because one choice will end your subjugation here, now, cleanly. The other will give you immortality, but by imprisoning you in time. Consider, one day I might die, and on that day you'll still be here. I'm giving you a gift if you can master it, a victory, but only if you can learn the deadly art of patience. The Tabat scowls as if sensing some trick. You touch him with your mind to shove him over the edge of desire. He winces as the ripple of your psyche washes over him. He rumbles, "Death holds no fear, but I will tell the future how I bested you." You smile as you turn away, signaling for the machines that will enslave him to your will. Then you pause. He was a notable foe. Perhaps he deserved better than to be a permanent marker to your triumph. You owed him the right to make his own choices, you think? Then you remember the faces of the sick and dying. You inject him yourself. So that's the making of that memory guy that we encountered before. Okay. Images flicker over the air, projected from this machine, reliving the same scene over and over again. As you study the device, you feel it reaching into your mind, pulling memories to the surface. Let the memory take you. You're watching a display cast through crystal prisms. The images and the colors are a jagged rainbow, as they have been in every previous iteration of this machine, when they should be a single glowing picture. At least, if this device is to function as intended. You hiss through your teeth in frustration. How many years must you waste trying to align these energies? Is this effort fruitless? Turn it off, you snarl. Your apprentice pays you no heed. A moment longer, he murmurs. Just a moment. He's kneeling before the control panel and reaches in to make a slight adjustment. Above him, the images and colors align. He sits back on his haunches, an enormous grin wreathing his face. I knew it, he laughs. I could hear it whispering to me. It's like it wants to be done. This is my masterpiece. Now what's the next step? You're not sure if your cast-off prodigy is talking to you or the machine. You stare at the back of his head. He's undeniably gifted in certain aspects. You have to admit he even surpasses you. This is, after all, part of why you constructed his body the way you did. But now he's achieved this, do you dare let him return to the world? He knows your deepest secret now and holds your future in his hands. But you feel a certain affection for him. To kill him would be poor thanks instead. Instead you speak. Blah. Mazov. You whisper. He turns around, and the instant he makes eye contact, the full force of your psychic power crashes through his meager defenses. You insinuate yourself into his memories and erase the details of this last year of work. It's a crude tool, a bludgeon. You tell yourself it's kinder than destroying him. You almost believe it. Mazov's the one that we need to repair the machine. Interesting. Yes. What do these do now? Can we use them for anything? Nope. Okay. Going. And here? The machine projects a looping holographic scene. As you study it, you briefly feel a probe into your mind. An onrushing wave of artificial nostalgia as it summons memories. You've been walking under the wasted sun for what feels like days. The sun does not move on the horizon, and its incessant heat has scoured the plane of life. Your water is running low, and you are seriously considering abandoning this body. Then you see shapes shimmering on the horizon. You release an eye catcher. It will tell you if this is a mirage or a destination. It shoots into the sky, vanishing from sight, and returns with good news. You've discovered an oasis of sorts. You trudge onwards, bitterly wishing for better boots, when at last you reach the rude collection of wattle and daub huts, primitive humans gathering around you, beseeching you in a strange tongue. They offer you some of their precious remaining water, and you settle down to learn the basics of their language. After a day, you know enough to understand the depth of their plight. They say the lurker in the cave has stolen the sun's momentum. They beg for your aid. After a fitful nap, you begin the perilous climb to the cave. Inside, a long-forgotten installation houses a trapped construct. It speaks through the scree of a falling ceiling and tells you that it is demanded. The autochthons clear the rubble. When they refused to dig it free so it could return to its work, it sealed the plane inside a time bubble. They will come to reason, it concludes. You don't have time for this. The construct's needs are paltry compared to the need for water. You concentrate, marshalling your powers, the tides you have been researching. You imagine them as a blade and you hurl them against construct circuitry. The machine struggles, throwing up defenses against you, but it's no match for this new energy. It fizzles and dies, and you feel a wrench as time lurches back into motion. You look at your hands. The flesh hangs loose on your suddenly skeletal frame. A steep price to protect these villagers. So it's done some good out there as well. But it is always a selfish sort of good.
Fine.
And the last of the memories. As you inspect this device, you feel it rifling through your mind, bringing up a blur of unbidden images. One of them in particular demands your attention, tugging insistently at a buried memory. You enter the tavern and every face turns to you. The warm susurrus of conversation trails off. They know you, and they know what you've come here for. The Aldea of Thol supports the nearby clave, and the locals keep a cherry eye on the Aeon Priest? Okay, I guess. I would assume that's meant to be wary. They know the dangers of the Numenera, the scientists on Earth, and given their proximity to the endless battle, they know what your tattoo means. You hear the sharp whisper, "Cast off scum." You don't give them the satisfaction of looking, but you can feel the tension in the room as you make your way up to the bar. The tavern keeper won't meet your eye. You know what comes next. You sigh and turn to face the room. A large, burly woman stands in front of you. You're not welcome here, cast-off. Your damned war is a bane. We'll have no cast-offs here, not anymore. Get out, or by the gods will make you wish you had. You feel the energies building and swirling within you. Your smile is savage as you weave a net of the tides. You have no idea who you're talking to. I'm no cast-off. I am their creator, the author of the endless battle. I am the changing god, and you will revere me. You hold your hands wide, and the tides spill from you. Half of the villagers fall to their knees, weeping as your will twists their hatred into adoration. The burly woman yanks a knife from her belt. You'll not take my mind, monster! Her neighbors fall on her before she can take another step. Knives flashing, her life spills across the floor around your feet. You step through it, trailing bloody footprints to the door, and you're not sure if the disgust you feel is for the dead woman or for yourself. Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. I'll just, brainwash the entire village. Okay, well I guess that's it.
Go.
So it used to be this is how you leave. You go here, and that would, one of those would lead you into a mare, and then at the end of the mare you leave entirely. And that was kind of your tuning with the tides initially. You did it! The whole place feels, I don't know, brighter now. But don't get cocky. Cyrus can still kill you well and good in the real world. Find Mazop before that happens. What should I do now? You have to find Mazov. That name tickles our memories. I'm sure he can help you fix the chamber. Then we'll find a way out of this mess. Okay. How do I get back again? Oh, right, use the portal. No, how do I get back here later? Oh, fine. I think I'm ready to go. Let's go. That was pretty neat. This isn't fixed yet.
Go.
This isn't gone yet. That's weird. And I may relaunch the game if it persists through to the next scene.
I can breathe again.
Okay, we wake up. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. Lydia, she tells me you touched the oratory. I'd laugh if I hadn't done the same thing myself. Alrighty.
I'm ready.
Nope, nothing we can interact with there. Let's see this thing. I mean, these are always descriptions.
Fine.
Okay. Only one window, you can't see inside. Dark and cool in the structure. Unfortunately, the door's locked. Ah, fantastic view of the crag. It seems extremely familiar. An enormous tower looks like a weapon or antenna. Okay, living quarters presumably for cast-offs who make a semi-permanent home here. However, they're locked right now. Okay, here's another device we can actually interact with. The monument tapers to a narrow point. From a distance, the obelisk appears several meters tall. When you stand at the foot of it, some kind of optical illusion makes it look as though the obelisk keeps going, rising narrower and narrower into the wide sky. Of course we gotta touch it. The moment that your fingertips grazes the dagger-like stone, your mind is seized by cold fingers and hurled high into the air. Shreds of cloud whip past. Stars streak by you and are lost in the void. Ahead, a light blooms, threaded with silvery ribbons of time. You plunge into the light and the vision of the future unfurls. You see yourself staring mournfully at a half-eaten bowl of stew. It certainly looks good, but judging by your future self's expression, it was an utter disappointment. The prophetic light fades, leaving you standing before the obelisk once more. You start at the monument, frowning. Though the vision felt true, it hardly seems to be worth all that effort. Perhaps touching it again will yield different results, so let's do that. Yep. You see yourself asleep, bundled in blankets, snoring loud enough to tear holes in the sky. Also, you're drooling. Okay. Let's keep going. You return to the vision of the unsatisfactory meal. Your future self is poking a stale piece of bread into the stew, perhaps hoping to salvage the meal. Nice. That's great. It's a piece that will show you the future, but it only shows you useless crap. I love it.
If you want a job done right.
Okay. Let's start with Lady Anshi then. I'm just gonna quick save. Look at this, our wayward sister in the flesh. She spreads her slender hands, delicate spiderwebs of metal thread to her fingers studded with circular nodes that look too purposeful to be mere jewelry. The name's Anshi, Lady Anshi, but don't let that scare you off. I sell rare Numenera and a place to rest at a fair price. I can also upgrade certain clothing and equipment, but that's a little more expensive. She gives you an assessing eye. This one will have spending money, I hope. Take a look at what I've got. My prices are high, but you'll find someone who values your friends, and my work will keep them safe. So, what do you need? One of my companions is troubled by demons of some kind. Can anyone here help him? She looks immediately at Aratus, who brightens literally and figuratively at being noticed. Can't say I've seen something like this before. None of us are doctors, sorry to say. What did the ferritory do to me? It killed you, of course. It'll do that every time, by the way. Just ask Melmoth over there. Do you get a lot of business here? Well, put it like that, no. It's not normally me doing the selling, not like I used to. In normal times, I'm treating major customers to fancy dinners, yelling at my advisors, and sneaking in the odd bespoke order before more paperwork lands at my desk. But these aren't normal times. The people are saying Sora's on the hunt again. I don't know if it's true, but better safe than sorry, so instead of passing time arguing like everyone else around here, I'm back to being a humble merchant, for now. My little empire can run itself for a while. I'll be back soon. Must do a lot of business with the endless battle ongoing. I don't know. I don't take sides or opinions on that conflict. Bad for business. Sides. Your name's Lady Anshi. Are you royalty? Heh, only in a technical sense. A few years back I did a favour for the type of person who can spin titles out of thin air. I told her I only wanted the money, but she insisted. So, Lady Anshi, it's opened a few stubborn doors over the years, but other than that I don't wave it around much. You don't seem upset that I opened the portal into Mielavest. That's because closing it wasn't necessary to begin with. The shields are good enough. Our brothers and sisters worry too much. Must run in the family. What are those wires all over your hands? Inventions of mine, cobbled together from parts, of course, like everything else. These beauties are wired, well, not really, but you know, into my head. I use them to build and fix things that are really, really small. I've had them almost as long as I've been alive. Can we talk about those upgrades you mentioned? Sure thing, but in case I wasn't clear before, I can't do much with what you're wearing. It's pretty good as is. Your friends, on the other hand, I can help with. Who needs work done? Let's try Rin. What? What's wrong with my clothes? Nothing, but I can make a few changes to your jacket and shirt. Nothing fancy or heavy. A few things you like. 1 of 5 shins. Neither of you will be disappointed. Alright, let's do that. Alright, she says, pressing her palms together. A warm line traces the edge of her joined palms. This feels incredibly odd, but not in a bad way. Thank you. So now she's got a new bit of gear, better resistance, better armor. Yeah, looks good. And also quick access to various tools. That should do it. Anyone else? Matkina. Why? I'm fine. Everything I own is fine. There's nothing wrong with a little tinkering, sister. In the right places I could fortify your hauberk. Nothing major, and possibly add some shielding elements to your cloak. Shouldn't cost more than 60 shins, shall we say? Let's do it, gladly, and bam. Makina twitches and glares at you as her armor remakes itself. If this kills me, I'll find a way to take you with me. And thanks, thank you. Anyone else? Aratus? I don't need upgrades. Do I? You might. Let me take a look at your doublet and undershirt. I could do something with slits, possibly slits, maybe vents. 75 shins in West Square. Let's do it. Good, hold still, please. Do I have to? But he offers you a smile as the threads of his clothes begin moving of their own accord. Thank you, my friend. Alright, so, right, this also boosts a cipher limit. Nice. 4 armor, 4 resistance. 2 resistance and, yeah, cool. More armor, more resistance and evasion. Anyone else? I want to talk about something else. Can I take a look at your Numenera? Sure, look all you want. Okay, so what do you got? Got yourself a runic blade of Toldanor, which, let's compare it to the other 2-bladed weapon. So that has the advantage of ignoring armor, whereas this does like 20 damage. And, okay. I mean, I can see why that's good. I might get it. Sting charge. Alright, you have a ranged weapon right now. Sting charge, this is... Oh, it's actually the same. It's literally the same item. Okay. Living Exuvia boosts us somewhat. It's better than our current stuff, but except for the penalty to might and speed. Which, you know, I kind of would prefer. I'm not going to get into combat much, so that seems pointless. The Chuckling Shroud, it gives us plus 5% on intellect tasks. Yeah, I think I'll get that at the moment. Let's just keep looking. A Vareth, which is a Shadow Ring. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Because I think I got the other half somewhere. No, I'm not going to get that. I mean, yeah, I might get this for him. Let's see. Impressively labeled canister. Nice. A relic of some forgotten past. The label's bright and pristine, but you can't read it because it's the truth. Possible side effects may encourage you to break faces and save the day. Nice. You're still breaking faces after 4 hours. Consider yourself lucky. Okay. So, you, sir. Let's sell your crap here. And then we could get this. Yeah, let's do that. Swap them round, eh? Impossible Blade's good, but I'm pretty sure.
I had more hands.
Nice line. Okay, and then I think that's about it. Oh wait, no, this cloak. Chuckling Shroud. Have a fish. How much cash we got? I'm sure we've got something somewhere that'll tell us how much cash we got. Spirit Shroud, I'll sell that in order to get the other bit. Oh, that marble looks useful. Where is... oh, there. 388. What do we got? This thing is another oddity. Mostly want to sell the oddities. Father Teller. Okay, there we go. There we go. That looks wonky. That's fine. Especially clipping through the shield like that. An antagonist. We'll sell that. Okay. Otherworldly gem. We'll sell you. And then enigmatic sphere. Yeah, we'll sell you. Don't think we can do anything else. We'll sell this dagger. Don't care about it. And sell the other dagger. That helps clear up some inventory space, at the very least. Yep. Alright, that's all good.
Maddie, I was going to ask about your golden-hued skin. You look so vibrant.
My
Okay.
skin. You're seeing me through your glow, Eratus.
Really? Why then with such a porcelain cast? You must be twice as beautiful as you appear.
Okay.
Eratus. What now?
Alright, let's say you part. Okay. I've got a way to contact you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade all my companions if I can. So I'm going to kick everyone out for the moment. And then I'm going
What a
to
wonderful
grab the
flesh.
others.
I'm almost glad they're not fighting their endless battle here. Everything would get all, you know, bloody and burnt.
That would definitely ruin the ambience. I agree. And that's me, Eratus, saying that. I normally don't approve of peace. It's too peaceful. Let's split up for now. Oh well, if you need a hero, come find me. What do next? You probably won't be able to find me again, you know. My adventures take me everywhere. I've got a way to contact you if you need. Okay. Well, if I need, rather. And let's hope that I haven't accidentally sold that sphere. go. Okay. Elegant, come here. Oh, sure, kid.
Stop us now.
Tiber, come here. Sure, lass, let me find my trousers and I'll be right there.
All right.
Okay, companions. Let's talk about them upgrades again. Sure, who needs to work? Allegan. You trying to tell me something, kid? Probably. I could shore up your vest and coat, maybe. Add some linings, 65 shims. Let's shore them up. Sure thing. And notes on a palm line up one by one. Good on you, kid. I could use some repairs. So just boost armor. And then the coat also, yep. Sounds great. Done. Anyone else? Tiber. Me? Why me? Oh, you do laundry too? Not even a little. His sock and mantle are a bit clumsy. I could finesse the rough edges. Minor work. Cost you 130 sims. Sock and mantle it is. Mantle it is. So yeah, more armor and more cloak. Okay. Have to go. Hey, Allegan. While we're in the valley, I got a place I'd like to visit. My village's monuments. Haven't been there for a while, need to pay my respects. It's not far from here, so it's not really out of the way. See what we can do. Appreciate it. And Tiber?
Heard rumors about this place. Bits and pieces here and there. Never thought I'd set boot in it. Especially since I'm not...
He traces the rough outline of the tattoos thing, yeah. Doesn't look like you're worried. Well, no, I have an escort. Officially, I'm a friend of the family. Okay. Let's move on. Alright. So I want to grab Calistige and do that. On the other hand, if I can come and go from here, this just actually extends the Valley of Dead Heroes. Oh, that really looks bad. Oh, that's so disappointing. If you're gonna have the shield, can you just put the shield under the cloak or something? Okay, that's cool. Then let's do Allegan's Sting. And then, yeah, we'll just keep going. And we'll... and then we'll swap out the characters and go back. But I think the next couple of episodes will be focusing on our companions before moving the storyline forwards. Because we can. So, until then, have a great day. Bye. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you spending the time and effort watching the videos I make. If you'd like to watch more, on the left there should be another video from this playlist. On the right there will be whatever YouTube recommends. And in the center there is a convenient subscribe button just in case you need it.